What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. All right, guys, there could be possible dissension amongst the ranks again. Joe, we all know, is going to Costa Rica with Parks for New Year's to record Pod Wives, I'm assuming. I don't know if they're going to record another episode before New Year's. I don't know if we're going to get another JBP. I'm on the Patreon, of course. I'm in the comment feed. We're all fiending for it. I don't see it coming before the end of the year, guys. But I don't know, since we haven't really heard anything from any of them, are they even currently on good terms? During that Billboard segment when Melissa was getting all her stuff and thoughts off, Joe was quiet. He was quiet. And Ish and Ice and Imani, no one was really interjecting. I don't know if something happened because we were supposed to get an episode on Christmas. I know Joe said he was going to give us an episode on Christmas. And he already told us a month ago that he was going to Costa Rica. So I don't really anticipate a Joe on the show. But are we going to get a show at all? It's going to be very telling. It's going to be very telling. But I did want to segue on some comments that were recently made on my video yesterday, and they're great comments, and it actually helps me break this down even better because I've been saying it wrong this whole time. I've been saying Joe's gonna sell the ship. No. He's gonna get the Kelsey brothers, the Call Her Daddy girl. He's gonna get the Joe Rogan deal. At least that's what he's gunning for, which makes it worse, which makes it way worse for the position that everybody's currently in. They just got a bump on their contract. I'm just throwing it out. Everything I'm saying is alleged, speculation, conjecture. I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's just assume that everyone got a bump in their contract that they just resigned. What happens when Joe gets the $80 to $150 million deal to put his show behind a serious paywall or something? Huh? And they're getting $200K a year, which is great money. But the JBN just signed a contract for $100 million. What happens then? Is everybody just okay? If you were in that situation, would you feel okay with that? Because I find myself in that dilemma with my landscaping. It's just me and my brother, but I'm the one that provides all the equipment. I'm the one that gets all the jobs. I'm the one that the business is under. But I'm splitting it 50-50 with my brother every time we do a job together. This is not how all businesses work. And when I'm expanding and actually hiring people, I'm not going to give them 50% of my profits. Nor should I ever give them 50% of that, considering how it was built and the foundation of it. But whenever you are small and you grow with someone, let's just say I hire a third person and we started off with 50 yards and I get 150 yards because I added him. Is he entitled to 33% of all the proceeds, or is he entitled to what we signed upon when I initially hired him? This is why I implore everybody to start a business of their own, whether it's small, whether you intend on it getting big, whether you want it to form into a corporation, just so it makes it easier to realize what the is wrong with this. I don't know how the industry works as far as entertainment. I feel like this is a great area in the entertainment industry because we're contributing to the growth of your product. But since I signed the contract, and unless there's incentives in my contract, I just have to be okay with it. We see it time and time again. And we see people getting frustrated, a la Dave Chappelle, for building up a network, a la JBN, and not getting any of the back end from it. So is this a contract talk or is this a good moral friendship talk? Because Joe has already said multiple times, friendship and business, I don't mix the two. They don't intertwine with me. Yet I'm letting y'all get away with stupid, menial things. But since I'm pointing it out, it's letting it be known that I'm letting you get away with shit. So whenever I get away with shit, I don't want to hear y'all mouths. And Melissa's already starting to get on flip side with speaking about contracts or contractual obligations on pod. Excuse me, she's making it COE. soon enough, somebody else is going to follow suit. Don't let Imani follow suit. But soon enough, somebody else is going to follow suit. And of course, Joe, it's up to Joe's discretion if he wants to keep them or not. Notice, I keep replaying this. Notice when Melissa said, I'm not going anywhere because I just signed the contract. Joe didn't budge. He didn't say shit in retort. Just because you signed the contract with me doesn't mean you have to be here to fulfill the contract. And make sure in the writing of it, it says you have a severance package just in case I fire your ass. And I'm not saying any of this is going to happen, but these are big ass what ifs. These are big ass what ifs. I don't know. But back to the Flipless pod, Joeless pod. Is Flip going to return? If, let's just say we do get a pod before the end of the year, is Flip going to be on this pod? Because he's seemingly on vacation. He's doing everything with his family. He's still dropping content on his page. But he hasn't been on the JBP. Is Joe going to have a pre-recorded pod? He's saying something about Dr. Umar was already recorded. Are we going to get Dr. Umar before Joe leaves? As consumers of the JBP, are we frustrated that he's not fulfilling all of his promises? It sounds jovial at first. It sounds like a joke, but we didn't get a Thanksgiving pods miss. We didn't get a Christmas Day pod. We haven't seen Dr. Umar yet. I'm still waiting on something from the Tasha K interview. Like, when are we going to hold Joe accountable as the paying consumer? You can't get that $100 million deal if you frustrate the people that put money in your pockets currently. I know I sound like a frustrated fan, or you're too invested in the JBP. Come on, guys. We all have lives. I'm talking about the JBP, so of course I'm going to be passionate about the JBP and the subject that I speak on. But, Joe, come on, bro. I saw that Patreon when it initially came out. It had 2,000 comments. Now it's at 4,500, and that happened after the pod release because most of those comments are niggas saying, where the fuck is the pod at? And of course, y'all can take vacation times, but when are we going to start? Hey, we need to know the schedule. A lot of black people, quote unquote, or the urban space makes it seem like we don't really care about the times and keeping up with schedules and appearances. But clearly we do, and that's how we're showing it in the comment feed. So if Joe wants to get that $150 million, get right with us first, nigga. Get right with us first. And notice how I haven't said anything about their party in particular. I actually think they're in a groove right now. So as a result of that, y'all need to take advantage. Y'all should be executing right now. We're hungry. Feed the streets. But I'm nervous, guys. I'm nervous because a lot of the actions that I just spoke on, I believe they're happening because 2025 is right around the corner and Joe's going to hit us with a complete switch up. I don't know what it is yet, but it's going to be a complete switch up. All us $25 paying niggas and ladies and all us $50 paying people and all us $10 paying people, our tier prices are going to change. What company do you know where there's a subscription model that you pay the same price from its inception to currently? I know YouTube Music, or just YouTube Premium in general, when I first got it, it was $11.99 a month. And then my dumbass ordered it on Apple one time, and it was $16.99 a month. But then I got on my computer, and it was still $11.99 a month. So I figured that loophole out early. That was like 6-7 years ago. Now, they're trying to charge me $18.99 a month. What? Thankfully, I'm getting it for $15.99 a month. But I'm seeing it advertised on the computer for $16.99 a month. And Apple, good God, is $18.99 a month. So you think that our tiers is just going to stay the same forever? Candace Owens, it's all her fault. It's all her fault. And because I said that Ian Dunlap's going to be joining the podcast sometime next year, I was looking at Patreon content with people that talk about stocks. There's another cat. Most of these people charge way over what we're paying currently. I just want y'all to know that. I think his name is Keenan Grace. I used to watch him when I was in the stocks a couple years ago. I checked his Patreon out. His free tier is, or not free tier, but his first tier is $15, and you get all the features. There's another tier. He only has 2 tiers. It's $100. It's literally the same features, and on it, he says, pay $100 just to show support for me and my channel. And if I was to look up the statistics, I would not be surprised if people was paying $100 for the same thing just to support. You think Joe don't see that? Man, it's about to get crazy next year. I hope all the things I'm saying don't come true, especially when it comes to this paywall shit. If we have to pay to see Joe, and if our tier prices rise as a result, if what we're getting on the $25 tier goes to the $50 tier, I'm going to have to switch up what I talk about, guys. This ascension was fun while it lasted. This is crazy. Ugh. But anyway, I just want to give y'all a couple of my thoughts, give y'all some content for today, because we might not get anything from Joe. Good Lord. I'm almost tempted to pay $50 right now just to see if he dropped something today or yesterday. Because what if the pod came out on the $50 tier? But anyway, I appreciate y'all supporting the channel, man. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the page if you haven't. Because I know a lot of y'all watch these videos and haven't subscribed yet. What y'all waiting on, man? If you go watch every day, you might as well subscribe. Come join the community, man. Leave a comment in the comment section. But until tomorrow.